Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May the divine lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. Om. Peace, peace, peace.
Today's song is composed by Swami Kripamayananda. This song is on Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi. Before that, we will chant one small verse from Ambika Stotram, which is composed by Swami Vivekananda. Yama Chiraya Vinayati Dukhamargai Rasithita Swakalitair Lalitair Vilasai Yami Matim Suvidadhe Satatam Dharanyam Yami Matim Suvidadhe Satatam Dharanyam Samba Shiva Mama Gati Safale Afaleva Samba Shiva Mama Gati Safale Afaleva. Jaya Jaya Janani Jaya Shri Sharodamani Karuna Rupini Jaya Ma Jaya Jaya Janani Jaya Shri Sharodamani Karuna Rupini Jaya Ma Ada Shokati Parama Prakriti Ada Shokati Parama Prakriti Asharana Gati Tumi Ma Asharana जय जगतारिणि भवभयहारिणि दुर्गति निवारिणि जय जगतारिणि भवभयहारिणि दुर्गति निवारिणि सिद्धिप्रदायिनि मुक्तिविदायिनि सिद्धिप्रदायिनि मुक्तिविदायिनि जीवगतिदायिनि जीवगतिदायिनि निखिल जगत माता जीव कल्याणरता लज्जापटावृता दुर्जन सज्जन सन्तान गणन दुर्जन सज्जन सन्तान गणन पालनकारिणि पालनकारिणि जय शरदेश्वरी सीताराधा माता मेरी यशोधर विष्णुप्रिया जय शरदेश्वरी सीताराधा माता मेरी यशोधर विष्णुप्रिया जुगदेव वन्दिता सुर नर सेविता जुगदेव वन्दिता सुर नर सेविता नमो नारायणि नमो नारायणि जय जय जननी जय श्री शारदामणि करुणारूपिणी जय करुणारूपिणी जय
I am reading from the book Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi by Swami Kripamayananda. Here I will read few small incidents in the life of Ma Sharada. They are quite humorous, and it shows the how Holy Mother was so simple. Ramoy, later Swami Gaurishananda, then a young boy reading at Badanganj, came to mother's house on Saturdays and went back on Mondays, spending 2 days there in doing all kinds of petty works for the mother. The mother initiated him and loved him very much. One day there were many devotees present at the house. The mother and Ramoy sat near the hearth preparing chapatis on small wood pieces with rolling pins, while Nalini Devi was baking them. Ramoy could roll 3 pieces at a time and turn them around with the rolling pin itself. The work progressed thus when Nalini Devi suddenly remarked, "Aunt, Ramoy's chapatis are getting better inflated than yours." Like a petulant girl, the mother at once pushed off the rolling pin and the flat wood piece and said, "Then I won't roll anymore, let him do it all. I have grown old in the work and he is just a suckling boy from whose throat milk spurts out if one but presses it." fancy that he can roll chapatis better than I do. Ramaya also pushed off his rolling pins and said, Mother, I won't roll unless you also do so. And to Nalini he said, How could you know which is mine and which is mother's? The mother then resumed her work. There was no lack of fun either. One day, Nivedita and Christine came to her. The former had mastered a few Bengali words, with the help of which she said, Mother Divine, you are our Kali. Christine also repeated the same idea but in English. Hearing them, the mother said with a simpler, No, my dears, I can't become Kali or such any deity. In that case, I have to keep my tongue protruded all the time. When her words were interpreted to Nivedita and Christine, they said, The mother need not undergo that trouble at all. We look upon her as our own mother, and Sri Ramakrishna is our Shiva. That being explained to the mother, she tittered and said, That much can somehow be seen to. The mother was always full of praise for anything presented to her by her dear ones. Suhasini Devi once prepared a certain kind of tooth powder, which she knew the mother liked. She then sent it through her husband to the mother in Calcutta. The mother remembered this till her return to Jairambati, when she said to Suhasini, The tooth powder that you sent was highly appreciated by all. Suhasini regretted before the mother that though she had taken the mantra, she was not having adequate practice. At this the mother said, This work that you are doing is itself a great practice. What other practice should there be? Pray to the Master that he may grant you devotion. The world has its happiness and sorrow, its ups and downs. In spite of them all, the mother tried to make life joyous for all and to live with all in an atmosphere of cordiality. But there were opposing forces which set at naught all her good intentions. The selfishness of her brothers, the mutual jealousy of the nieces, Nalini Devi's mania for purity, the perversity of Radhu, and the insanity of Radhu's mother. All these combined to produce an intolerable atmosphere in which it was possible only for the mother to carry on her self-chosen duty without demur only because of her matchless patient and forgiving nature. The mother's domestic life is made up of all this. Here is it.
Now a short period of meditation. Good morning, friends. Today's topic is Simple Mother. And today is 11th of December. Holy Mother's birthday, the Janma Tithi according to Tithi is on 15 December. And our celebration of Holy Mother's birthday is on 18 December, the next Sunday. So it's all thinking about Mother is the thing that we want to do. Mother said to someone, if you feel not purified by Ganga water even, then touch me. That will purify you. But Holy Mother is the purity herself. Pavitram charitam yasya pavitram jivanam tatha pavitrata swarupinne tasya devye namo namah. Her conduct is pure, her life is pure. She is the form of purity. To that divine being we bow down again and again. So, not only touching her, even thinking of her purifies our mind and hearts. So, that's how we thought of thinking of Holy Mother today, and thinking of her simpleness. That is so unique in Holy Mother's life. They say she was extraordinarily ordinary. So, being divine with all her divine power, divine glory, she hid all that power, all the rays of sun as they're hidden. And beautiful, you can look at when the sun's rays are hidden, then you can look at the sun as in the morning sun or the evening setting sun. But when sun is dazzling with all his glory and blaze, we can see the noon sun. So Holy Mother is such divine being. So that we could look up to her, we could find and relate to her as our mother. She hid her divinity most of the time. Sometimes just came out, but mostly it was just hidden, and she remained as our mother, very approachable. The divine being of such incarnations as the Divine Mother are very difficult to approach. They like Mother Kali or Mother Durga, all the glories of the power and that being there, so you just bow down in awe from far away. As Sri Krishna, when he showed Vishwarupa Darshana to Arjuna, what happened to Arjuna? I cannot see your form anymore. Oh Lord, can you become that four-armed again? Tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena. Can you become that? It's very difficult. I'm trembling with fear seeing your universal form. So that is the blaze of God, that is the glory of God that is seen. The divine glory is so powerful. In presence of that, you would become diminished to your own thing. You become so little, and this glory, divine glory is so big. And this is difficult to approach. That's why Holy Mother had hidden all her divine glory and presented her mother form to us, simple mother form to us, so that we can feel her as our mother. She is, as I said, she is pure, incarnate, the purity herself, the form of purity, the purity taking the form of a human being. Simplicity and purity go together. The one who is pure is simple. The ultimate reality is simple, the Brahman is simple, that's all pure, that is what it is said. Being simple seems to be a natural trait of spiritual leaders, spiritual souls. All the spiritual, great spiritual persons are very simple. How simple was Sri Ramakrishna? Extremely intelligent, but utterly simple was Sri Ramakrishna's life. See the life of Jesus. You can understand everything that Jesus did and how much everything that they did was full of love and simplicity. We can read their life and find out it is all out of love for the humanity, showing them the light towards the betterment and towards the freedom and the bliss that they live their life. It is so evident from their simple life. Jesus said, you cannot realize God, Sri Ramakrishna said, you cannot realize God without simplicity and kindness. So, and Jesus said, unless ye become children, ye cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. So you become like children. Children are simple, they have no complexity at all. And that's why perhaps they're so happy because of their simplicity. They're always so happy. When slowly this complexity grows in our mind and become complex and complicated in our thought, then this doubting and calculating, all this comes in our mind. So like that happens. One person said, I found one young man was very smart and very wise in the worldly matters. Not very old, like in his 20s, very extraordinarily, very much wise in the worldly thoughts, not seen in other person of his age. So I told to another of my friend that person is very smart and very wise. It's difficult to find such a person at his tender age. That my friend said to me, yes, Swamiji, but he lacks the simplicity, innocence of his age. And that I realized, yes, innocence, simplicity, that is the beauty of a person, that is the beauty of the age of a person. If a tender boy, young boy is very worldly wise and understands everything worldly, so that simplicity is gone. He becomes complicated, wise, smart, as you call in the language of the world. But beauty of simplicity and innocence is gone. Some are wise in spiritual sense, like Shankaracharya, from his very birth. They say until his 8 years, he had learned all the Vedas and Upanishads, the truth of the Brahman. But that didn't make him worldly wise. He was wise in the spiritual sense. That spiritual wisdom makes us simpler, makes us guileless. So that was Shankaracharya. Until age 8, he had understood all the Shastras. Until 16, he wrote all the explanation from 9 to 16. And from 16 onwards, he preached those things. That's what he said about the Shankaracharya. So spirituality, simplicity, and purity, they go together. When it is there, they all are similar and synonyms of one characteristic of a person. About Holy Mother, it is said that there was no God so motherly as Holy Mother. And there was no mother so godly as Holy Mother. So in Holy Mother is a wonderful combination of motherliness and divinity. So we find divinity in her decisions sometimes, in her talk sometimes, in her sometimes just spilling out of his divinity, as it were, comes out as if she was not prepared to reveal, but it is revealed. As when she went to Rameswaram and said, oh, it is same as I have kept before. And the attendant, the one who was accompanying her, that lady asked, Mother, what did you say? Oh, nothing. But that was as if she was Sita in her previous incarnation, and now as Holy Mother, as divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna comes there and sees it is the same there. So like that sometimes spilled out, sometimes somebody forced, are you Mother Kali? Said Shivu, her nephew. And she said, what are you talking? I'm your aunt. And she said, no, I will not walk with you anymore. You have to reveal yourself to me. People say you are Kali. And Mother said, yes, people say I'm Kali. Then come, you have to go to Jairambati. They were walking from Kamarpukur to Jairambati. And then Shibuda was not, Holy Mother went ahead, looked back, Shibuda is standing there. No, I will not move unless you say that who you are. Then she said, yes, that I am. So that's sometime forced, sometime out of her, it just came out, she revealed her divinity. But her power of divinity was to hide her great divine power, so that we all feel very motherly to her and we can approach her. Everybody could approach her as mother. Anytime. Sometimes that people used to go to her when she was resting, people didn't want to hymn that song, one person just prayed to her, oh Mother, please show your face to me, dead of night. And Holy Mother, the motherly heart. So she came and opened the window and showed her face to at the night, showed her face to a drunkard person. And then he started rolling on the ground with joy. Like that was Mother's motherliness, the divine being so full of motherhood. And she said that Sri Ramakrishna left me, she said in Sri Ramakrishna there is the manifestation of all motherliness. She was all motherhood of God. We find that. And he said, he left me behind to manifest that motherhood of God. So Holy Mother was mother, but simple mother. Sri Ramakrishna knew her divine glory. She said she is Sarada, Saraswati, has come to impart knowledge, jnana, so that we are freed from ignorance. The song in the morning, beautiful song sang, it says, Siddhi Pradayini Mukti Vidayini Jiva Gati Dayini Ma. She gives Siddhi, the perfection. Mukti Vidayini, she is the dispenser of freedom. Jiva Gati Dayini, she gives the ultimate success to the jiva, to the human being, to the person. So that is Holy Mother. And very few people could know it. Until 1953, her centenary, nobody knew about Holy Mother. Even the order didn't preach her so much. But Sri Ramakrishna knew her. She is Sarada Saraswati. That's why when Sri Ramakrishna wanted to do fulfillment of his all sadhana and wanted to offer the fruits of sadhana to the Divine Mother, she didn't go to Kali temple, who was her deity, but she chose Kali in this human form, Holy Mother Sarada Devi. It was a Shodashi Puja day, the Phalaharini Puja day, and he was worshipping Mother, Divine Mother. People thought she was worshipping, all articles were present. He asked someone, sent word that Holy Mother should come from Nahabat to his room. She came, she sat there, and there was the asana for the deity. Sri Ramakrishna directed her to sit there. And then Sri Ramakrishna went into some meditation and deep samadhi. Holy Mother also went in samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna worshipped Holy Mother as Tripura Sundari, as Shodashi, and offered the flowers and offered all the articles of worship and bowed down to her. And not only that, he offered all the fruits of his sadhana and offered her rosary at the feet of Holy Mother, because she knew Holy Mother was the Divine Mother in human form. Swami Vivekananda also knew who Holy Mother was. Not every disciple, direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, know about the Holy Mother. One Swami Adbhutananda ji was meditating on God, and Sri Ramakrishna came to him. He used to go to deep meditation under the guidance of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna came to him and just took him off from the meditation and said, on whom you are meditating, she is making a dough in Nahabat. Go and help her. So Sri Ramakrishna knew the divinity of Holy Mother, that is, she is the divine being. And Swami Vivekananda, by his own right, maybe by the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna, also knew. That's why in his letters from the West, he writes to his brother disciples, you don't know who Holy Mother is. I want Holy Mother's house to be made first. The Shakti, she is Shakti incarnated in that form. Unless the world rallies upon her, making her as the nucleus and learns from her, there is no emancipation of the world. India can only rise by making her as the nucleus and her ideal inculcated in the women and men of India. Only India will rise when we start adoring and worshipping Mother and adopting her divine qualities. So Mother's grace, when comes, Holy Mother's grace, then there is real freedom is there. Swami Vijnananandaji saw in his dream and that Sri Ramakrishna has come. Vijnanandaji was then president of the order. And then Sri Ramakrishna asked him, when you give initiation, do you talk about Holy Mother? And Vijnanandaji says, no. Then he says, you should talk about Holy Mother. If you do not do that, if Holy Mother is not invoked, who will make the people free from ignorance? She is the one, giver of freedom. Sri Ramakrishna saying about Holy Mother that without her, there is no possibility of freedom. Because without Mahamaya opening the knot, how will Shiva give the mantra, Taraka mantra, as Sri Ramakrishna himself had his vision in Kashi. In the Kashi, everybody that dies in Kashi is said to get the liberation, emancipation. That is said. But and also it is said Shiva gives the mantra, Taraka mantra. That text removes all ignorance. But nobody knew how. So Sri Ramakrishna was once going on the boat just in front of Manikarnika. He had the vision that Mother Kali and Shiva is there at the vicinity of corpse. And Mother Kali is opening all the knots of that person's life, all the complicated knot that is bound, the karma pasa. And the Shiva is telling the Taraka mantra in his ear. And that man is being released from bondage and getting emancipated. That is the Holy Mother, that Mother Kali is Holy Mother, Divine Mother Sarada. That Sri Ramakrishna said in dream to Swami Vijnanananda ji, the greatness of Holy Mother. If you do not say about Holy Mother, she is the one who is the giver of mukti. I am there, but without her power, I am not there. Shiva is like Shava without Mother Kali. Shavarupa Shiva, in Kali Puja we worship Shavarupa Shiva. Consciousness, pure consciousness. It cannot act. It is non-transactionable, they say. It is inactable. You cannot, the consciousness cannot act. It acts only in the association of the Divine Mother. Divine Mother is so important. That's why Holy Mother, Swami Vivekananda said about the Shakti and its regeneration, rallying and around the Shakti only India will rise. Holy Mother is also known as Divine Mother. When we sing Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhika at the end of our daily in the evening prayer after Khandana Bhava Vandana, that is to Holy Mother, who is one with the Divine Mother. She is and Mother Kali are same. Mother Shakti, she is Shakti. She is also known as our eternal Mother. They say, Mother from life to life. That is Holy Mother. Once one person came, his name was Gyan, he was from East Bengal, and he came to Holy Mother, and Holy Mother said, can you go to the Amodar river near Jairam Bhati? There is a small rivulet there. It's called Amodar. And can you go and take a dip there and bring some yellow flowers for me? Holy Mother used to like yellow flowers and used to worship. And he went there, took a dip, brought yellow flowers. Holy Mother, she was doing worshipping Sri Ramakrishna. She asked him to sit down in the worship room. And after some time, she called her near and gave her mantra. Without even being requested, she gave her a mantra. And then she said, Sri Ramakrishna is your Guru, bow down to Sri Ramakrishna. Gyan was from East Bengal, little obstinate. And he said, how can Sri Ramakrishna be my Guru? You gave me the mantra, you are my Guru. She said, no, I am your mother. Then who are you? She said, I am your mother. They said, no, my mother is in my village. Then he looked at Holy Mother. To his surprise, his mother was sitting there. His own mother who gave him birth, his own mother was their biological mother, was sitting in place of Sri Holy Mother Sarada Devi. And she knew, then he could understand. After that again, he closed his eyes and looked again, and it was Holy Mother. To say that Holy Mother is the eternal universal mother. All our mothers are different forms of Holy Mother Sarada Devi. That's what she revealed. That's why she is our eternal mother. In Bengali very nicely said, Janma Janmantarer Ma. Mother from in every birth she is the mother in our every birth. We may be born from our mothers, but those mothers are the form of the Holy Mother. That all mother is contained and concentrated in the Holy Mother. It is not easy to know who Mother is. Her divine power is hidden in her simplicity. People in the beginning did not realize who Sri Ramakrishna was. They called him mad Brahmin. Even people didn't recognize Sri Ramakrishna. Some people came and they said, oh, he is a mad Brahmin only, calling Mother, Mother and rubbing his face. And people said, don't go to the mad Brahmin, crazy Brahmin. And then gradually, and some people say he's dull, he cannot have any organization like that. And how wrong they were is proved now. What a great organizer, what a great intelligence he was. How he chose his disciples, testing them, and how he guided them. How he prayed that all are remain in the spiritual path and not deviated from that through his prayer and blessing. And that was Sri Ramakrishna's great organizing faculty, great movement, spiritual movement that he started for the present times, so that we find the fulfillment according to the present time of global village, of where all religions come together, all different thoughts and cultures intermingle, and that time is the time when all have to accept everything and then find the way towards the divinity. And so many deviations in the spiritual life. The world has become more distracting with so many things and gadgets and ideas that come. In that time, to keep the light of spirituality strong and the path shining, that was the role of Sri Ramakrishna's advent, to show a new religious movement for these modern times. And that was all Sri Ramakrishna knew, and he built up that. That was the intelligence and spiritual power of Sri Ramakrishna. And yet in his time he was not known. Only came Keshav Chandra Sen. He was the one who found with his insight. He was a great spiritual person, though he had a wish to have some famous and all that. But he came in touch with Sri Ramakrishna and understood who Sri Ramakrishna was and wrote that article. To understand Sri Ramakrishna was not easy. To understand Holy Mother is much more difficult. So because he was always hiding. And how Sri Ramakrishna told about that, he knew that Holy Mother will be hiding her divinity. And he wanted her motherhood to come forward. She just left her motherhood to God's motherhood to remain. Sri Ramakrishna worshipped her as the Divine Mother and offered her all the sadhanas of his life. And he knew the greatness of Holy Mother. Hridaya once, somehow Holy Mother was annoyed with Hridaya. And Sri Ramakrishna knew. Annoyed means she must have said something that, and Sri Ramakrishna could know. Holy Mother has the power not to even get annoyed at things. So if she was annoyed, then it was very difficult. Sri Ramakrishna called Hridaya and said, if you may anger me, might be you will be forgiven. But if you anger Holy Mother, not even Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh will come to your rescue. So be careful, aware of this, and be careful while dealing with Holy Mother. Don't think she as so simple. She is the Divine Mother herself in human form. Holy Mother, the mother of the universe, sometimes acted like a simple, guideless girl. Very wonderful one event you just was read beautifully of Gaurishwaranandaji, Swami Gaurishwaranandaji, Rammoy Maharaj, who as a boy, as a student, school student, he used to come from Badanganj, nearby village in Jayaram, he used to come to Holy Mother. And his purity, he liked Holy Mother, who would not like, even the Amjad used to like. But he was so close. Every weekend he used to run to Holy Mother, stay in Jayaram, and on Monday he would go to school from there. So we heard the story how Holy Mother was playing pranks with the Rammoy Maharaj, and we had a lot of reminiscences about that. Holy Mother was so simple that she came to Calcutta and she opened the faucet, the tap, and somehow it was off and the water was not there, and then water started coming, gushing. But before that the air was there, then air started coming before the water came, and that air made the sound, hissing sound. Holy Mother ran away from there and said, oh, there is some snake in the pipe and it is hissing there. And people of Calcutta, they laughed and said, Mother, that is not a snake, that is the air coming out because water will come. Holy Mother also laughed hearing that. And she enjoyed this incident of her own, that she used to relate this. I was so simple that when I came, I thought there is really snake inside the tap, the water faucet, water tap, pipe. So that was there. She used to think the person who could put the glass cover, glass chimney in hurricane lamp as very intelligent. So he said, how do they do that? It's so complicated mechanism. There is in lantern, hurricane lantern, you have to pull the top and then open the hinge, and then glass comes out and you have to pull the glass from the wire and this frame. So for Holy Mother, it was a too complicated mechanism to remove the glass and clean and put it back. So those who could do, they were great, intelligent person for Holy Mother. So simple was she. One person was totally didn't like the mechanics and this machines. Another didn't like mathematics. Both husband and wife were like that. Thakur and Holy Mother. Thakur didn't like mathematics. Oh, when I hear about the arithmetic, my head reels. Golok dhada lege jai. And Holy Mother, anything mechanical, anything machine-like, even the lantern was so difficult. Not only lantern, she used to talk about a family, a person's daughter-in-law, and said, oh, do you know how intelligent she is, how accomplished? How, mother? Oh, she can wind the clock, that timepiece, she can wind it. You know, that was also for her very complicated thing. So simple was Holy Mother. She is so wise that she can wind the timepiece. And she used to say, this Holy Mother sometimes was afraid. And once someone died somewhere and all the monks had to go. And only one monk was there. Holy Mother at night came and sat near him, and he asked him, aren't you afraid of ghosts? Then the monk said, why should you be afraid? We are the children of Divine Mother. Then Mother said, but I am afraid of ghosts. Then he said, yes, you will be afraid of your own creation, of your hobgoblins and chimps, your own children, and you are afraid. Once Holy Mother in her old age had to extract a tooth. Now people asked him to go to the dentist, he would not go because tooth extracting is painful. And then one day they arranged, Sarat Maharaj and all this, Saradaranji arranged, the doctor took dentist to come in Kolkata, in house, Bagh Bazar, in Holy Mother's house, and then pull out the tooth. And then when the dentist came, Holy Mother was not to be found. They searched everywhere in the house. She is not there. Where would she go? But she was not found. After the doctor went away, waiting, searching here and there, she comes from under the bed. So she was hiding there. Now Sarath Maharaj says, how can we understand the glory and display of this Divine Mother who gives fearlessness to the whole world? Is now acting as if she is afraid of some pain. That was Holy Mother's simplicity. So sometimes she acted so simple, just like our mother. She is not other than that. That's why she is so approachable. Once Swami Kripamayananda asked, Mother, are you mother of everyone? She said, yes. Are you mother of all these animals also? Yes. In fact, when there was one calf was crying and everybody wanted to console, gave food, it was not shouting, it was not, it didn't calm down. Holy Mother went there, immediately calmed down. That was the power of Holy Mother for all. Are you mother of these all insects also, mother? Insects and flies and all this? He said, yes, my child, I am mother of all. That was Holy Mother consciousness as the motherhood of everything in the world, of all being in the world. And how this motherhood was manifested in her, how it was so powerful. As we know the story that she brought food for Sri Ramakrishna, and she used to give that. Suddenly one lady comes and she asked, Mother, can I give put the food for Sri Ramakrishna? He said, okay. Then she took from hand and put it on the floor, and she went away. Sri Ramakrishna saw this, and Holy Mother came afterwards and said, why did you send with her? She doesn't have good character, don't you know? She said, I know, but you eat. Then Holy Mother said, how can I eat? Food is now not pure enough to eat, so I cannot eat. So Holy Mother said, please eat today. Then you promise that you will not give food through anyone else, you will bring always. Then he said, but she asked me mother, she addressed me mother, and when anyone will address me as mother and ask something, I cannot say no to that person. That was her motherly instinct. She was so mother to anyone, not only mother to anyone, but so gracious mother. Whenever she is addressed as mother and asked, Mother, can you do? She is bound, compelled as it were, to help that person. That's what she said that. And Sri Ramakrishna after that, she said, Holy Mother refused to not give something if asked as mother. And after she said, Sri Ramakrishna started eating that food, which he could not eat. He could not eat earlier. So, I think Sri Ramakrishna was tasting Holy Mother, and because he wanted the motherhood completely, fully manifested, and even to deny the Sri Ramakrishna saying, and because in her weighing, the order of Sri Ramakrishna and her motherhood, the motherhood carried more weight. And Sri Ramakrishna was happy for this. Sometimes God acts that way. When Bhishma and Krishna said, I will not wield any weapon in Mahabharata war. Bhishma said, I will make Sri Krishna wield weapon. And this was going on. Now one is devotee, one is God. So one has to win. So what happened? The war was going on, and Bhishma made once Sri Krishna very angry. And Sri Krishna, though divine, all is under his control, he became so infuriated, so he took one broken chariot's wheel and put it in his hand. So that was like for wielding the weapon. It was not real weapon, real Sudarshan Chakra, but the wheel. But still it was something that could kill another person if thrown. That's a weapon. So that's what the people describe, that to keep the words of his devotee Bhishma, Sri Krishna broke his own vow not to wield any weapon in Mahabharata war. God acts like that. For them, the devotee becomes more important. And for Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother becomes extremely important, because for him, devotees were important. Sri Ramakrishna's life, Holy Mother's life, is all for the devotees. And he knew that after his divine play is over, Holy Mother is going to stay. And she has to minister the people with all the spiritual guidance. And for her, the motherly guidance is very important. People, they seek that solace and peace in Mother. A divine being, spiritual talk, Vedanta, all is there. Though she spoke all Vedanta, but through her life as mother, one has to understand. In her presence, all Vedanta will automatically, it is to come. There's a beautiful letter of Nivedita I will read at the end, that how she says, why did I meditate in your presence? Being in your presence itself was meditation. You don't have to meditate in your presence, in the divine presence. So, like that, Sri Ramakrishna, that's why, was very eager that Holy Mother manifest this divinity. And this was his training, his wish, and Holy Mother said that if someone says me as mother, I cannot say no to him to anything. Even no to you, it is difficult for you to eat, but I will give to that person the thing. Even denying the wish of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother's motherhood was so powerful. And how she treated everyone as mother. And she said that as Sharat, the Brahmagyani Sharadananda, who was she? Who was he? He is my son. Everyone is my son. Sharat is my son. And also the Amjad, the thief, who used to go to jail and come from there and come to Holy Mother. And her love for this Amjad was also equal as her love for Sharat. Swami Sharadananda, Brahmagyani, and totally a thief, a person who is a bad character. She could give her love as mother to both equally. Both of them felt that they are the children of, sons of Holy Mother. Both of them felt in the same way. And Holy Mother knew the difference between these two. It's not that she was naive, but she knew the difference in quality and conduct of these two persons. Yet her love for both of them flowed equally. There was no difference in her treatment, in her love, in her behavior for this person. So great was her Holy Mother's love, and it is spelled to all. It flowed to everyone in the same way. she said to Shantanandaji that I was said that Holy Mother is the giver and he removes all our problems and troubles. If you ask, Mother, can I do? So once she said to Swami Shantananda, who is to listen this Pranava Dhvani, this Anahata Dhvani, just he close, and this Anahata Dhvani, the experience of the sound of Brahman, Nahata Swara, she used to listen that. And that he achieved later on. But with Holy Mother said, whenever my child, if you find crisis in your life, just withdraw yourself, your mind from the world and do japam and meditate on me. And meditate on me in such a degree to raise your purity to a greater height. And I will surely remove your obstacle, the crisis, and you will get the answer for your problem. And she said, even after doing that for some time, if you don't get the answer, know that you have not raised to that height. Your mind is not yet raised to the height of that purity. Do that again, and I will surely grant you the answer for your problem. That would be pure and not be distracted, be do japam and meditation, and all your crises of the world will be removed by the power of Holy Mother. She said that if you want peace of mind, don't find fault with others. Very simple, simple advice. We all lack so much peace in our life, and the cause of worrying and lack of peace is always, mostly it is like judging others. Sometimes worrying for our own sake, future, what will happen in future. The future comes and goes, there's nothing happens by worrying, future doesn't become good. Planning makes us good. If you are calm and not worried, you plan, it may be done right. But if you worry and there is anxiety for the future, it worsens the future. So that is one way we feel very restless in our mind, our own future, what will happen. One person does all the things. Divine Mother, Swakali Tumar Icha, all she is doing for us. She has given us birth. By her will we are here. By her grace we will attain that Siddhi Pradayini, Mukti Vidayini, Jivagati Dayini. She is there for us. Why should we worry? So one cause is that. Another most common cause is just judging others, finding defect in others, just saying something wrong about others, always. And that gives us restlessness. So if you want peace of mind, do not find fault with others, and also try to make the whole world is your own. And the last sentence he said, the world is your own. You have just not made, you have not known the truth. You are going away from the truth and thinking all at others. So that makes you suffer. Don't judge others, don't find fault others, and live in peace and purity and in the bliss of God. So that's the Holy Mother's, simple Mother's advice to all of us. And her simplicity is so tremendously felt and accepted by people. Once when Kuli was there in Vishnupur railway station in West Bengal, she used to see Holy Mother often going to Jairambati from that station. She used to come to Vishnupur and by train from Kolkata, and then from there they used to go by bullock cart to Jairambati. And that Kuli, she saw in Holy Mother some Mother Sita somehow, and he approached her, Mother, can I give blessing from you? Can I give mantra? How an illiterate Kuli, he approached for the mantra, for the tool for spiritual illumination to Holy Mother. How could he approach if Holy Mother had this aura and all that thing? She was so simple in appearance, simple in approach, easily approach. And Holy Mother said, yes, my child, I will give. Come, sit down. On the platform somewhere under the trees, he made him sit and gave the mantra. No other paraphernalia, nothing. She was not simple only in her attitude, only in her simplicity in appearance, but in her work and acts. She was so simple. Once she was cooking some food for Sri Ramakrishna and pot broke. earthen pot it was. Now there was no way you can bring the pot, it already laid something I offered. She just took some food some rice from above and offered that to Sri Ramakrishna, take this, today this is in your fate, what to do? Nothing can be done. So simple and practical was Holy Mother. Everything about her was simplicity. This simplicity is said, that's why Pavitram Charitam Yasya Pavitram Jivanam Tatha. Let me read this letter, which often is read. We all know this letter. But today is December 11. And this letter was written on December 11, 1910. Nivedita's letter written from Cambridge, Massachusetts at the time of Sarah Bull's illness. Sarah Bull was a devotee of Swami Vivekananda. Sarah Bull's illness on December 11, 1910. Nivedita writes, Beloved Mother, this morning early I went to church to pray for Sarah. All the people there were thinking of Mary, the mother of Jesus. And suddenly I thought of you, your dear face and your loving look and your white sari and your bracelets. It was all there. And it seemed to me that yours was the presence that was to soothe and bless poor Sarah's sick room. And do you know, I thought I had been very foolish to sit in your room at the evening service to Sri Ramakrishna trying to meditate. Why did I not understand that it was quite enough to be a little child at your dear feet? Dear Mother, you are full of love, and it is not a flushed and violent love like ours and like the world's, but a gentle peace that brings good to everyone and wishes ill to none. It is a golden radiance, full of play. What a blessed Sunday that was a few months ago, when I ran into you, the last thing before I went on the Ganges, and ran back to you for a moment. As soon as I came back, I felt such a wonderful freedom in the blessing you gave me and in your welcome home. Dearest Mother, I wish we could send you a wonderful hymn or a prayer, but somehow even that would seem too loud, too full of noise. Surely you are the most wonderful thing of God, Sri Ramakrishna's own chalice of his love for the world, a token left with his children in these lonely days, and we should be very still and quiet before you, except indeed for a little fun. Surely the wonderful things of God are all quiet, stealing unnoticed into our lives. The air and the sunlight and the sweetness of gardens and of the Ganges. These are the silent things that are like you. Do send the poor Sarah the mantle of your peace. Isn't your thought now and then of the high calm that neither loves nor hates? Isn't that a sweet benediction that trembles in God like the dewdrop on the lotus leaf and touches not the world? Ever, my darling Mother, your foolish cookie, Nivedita. So this is the beautiful letter that Nivedita wrote. When he saw Holy Mother's presence in the church, he had gone to pray to Mother Mary. And she expresses her so beautifully the greatness and the peacefulness of the Holy Mother. They say when we see at the eyes of Holy Mother, it all has only to give us peace and hope and strength for performing our duties and our endeavor in our spiritual practice. And as they say, Holy Mother's grace flows through her likeness when you see and try to feel the presence of Holy Mother in her picture, or wherever, as Nivedita saw in the church, that was there. And we gain that purity and the strength and that grace of the divine being who has come in front of us as the simple mother. Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhu.